Welcome everybody to the K&B Music Den. This is Brad, as always. And you, sir?
I am everybody's friend, Keith.
You are, you sure
I
are.
thought you weren't going to do the as always, and I almost fell off my chair.
Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out my phone, the camera there was doing some stuff. So I was like, wow,
Yeah.
let me get this right.
It happens.
But all right, guys, what we're here to do, I'm sure you kind of, depending on how Keith puts us in the, the little description box. Is that what we call it, the description? When we type in
like
the
the title and yeah.
All right, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, as we all know, good old Ryan Adams is doing another tour. Are we going to make it this time? I don't know. We're going to have to, depending on our pockets and locations, we're going to try. So, if anyone wants to float some free tickets or backstage passes,
yeah,
certainly we'll take them.
We could do an interview.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. So what I kicked the Keith is I said, man, he's got 24 albums now, not including Whiskey Town, not including like Black Clouds and Dark, like the ones you can't get a hold of, but 24 studio albums under his name at this point. And I was just looking at it, I said, man, I want to pick one song from every album. So there would be because his set lists are like, what, 30 songs long now?
Yeah.
So why not a 24-song set list with one song per album? How badass would that be?
Yes. Great idea.
Yeah, so I figured, I'm going to pick 24 songs, some acoustic, some electric, some all over the place. I'm not going to tell them what order to play them. I'm just going to tell them which songs off which album. So that's what I decided to do, and you joined in on this one. So
yeah,
I figured we'll start right at the first album, just go right through them in chronological order.
Yeah, let's knock these out, man. I appreciate your idea that you had. I think this is a great idea. It was a lot of fun. Before we get started, I did want to say, I don't know how you approached it specifically, but I tried to approach it as more of a, what would I love to hear in a set, as opposed to, it's not simply, this is my favorite song off each album. It's more of a, what kind of fits together in a set, and, maybe a song that, he usually doesn't play that live, or what have you. So it's kind of more like a fantasy list,
That's kind of mine too.
Okay, good.
Yep.
All right, so why don't you start us off, since this was your great idea? I guess we'll start where it all began, solo-wise, with Heartbreaker.
It is. It's Heartbreaker. And like you said, this is not my favorite song.
Yeah.
But it is the one I thought, man, how badass would it be to hear this live? And that is In My Time of Need.
Oh, yes. Yes.
How cool would it be to hear him just pull up the acoustic and right there on stage do In My Time of Need?
Dude, you're going to think I'm full of crap, but I have to tell you this. Right when you said In My Time of Need, it reminded me that before I started to type this out and actually officially make my selections, I was thinking about In My Time of Need.
Yeah.
And then when I grabbed the album and looked through the songs, the way I approached it was, okay, I'd feel bad for someone that had never seen Ryan live before to not pick either, Oh My Sweet Carolina or Come Pick Me Up. But for us fans that have been on the ride forever, it's kind of like, okay, been there, done that. Yeah. So I said to myself, now In My Time of Need fits this bill too, but I said to myself, instead of agonizing over picking between those two, just pick something else. So for me, off of Heartbreaker, I chose My Winding Wheel.
That's a great track. Yep.
So, but right when you said In My Time of Need, I'm like, man, I was actually thinking about doing that, and then I kind of just went right out of my head. So I'm glad you did.
Well, it's gonna be fascinating to see if we have very many duplicates on this. I mean,
that's the other thing about this, Brad. I wanted to do, and we're only one song in, so we can still do it. I want us both to quickly, just off the top of our head, take a guess. There's 24 songs. How many do you think that we will have the same song in common?
I've already done this in my head, and I thought 3.
Okay, I'm going for 4.
Oh wow! Okay.
So that's a little side bet. We'll see who wins that part of the video. So
okay.
But moving on, let's have you talk about Gold.
Sure. Now this is a song I actually did get to hear him play live. You got to hear him play live because you were with me when he did it. But it was one of the most awesome renditions. It was a rocking version of the song, and he fucking killed it. And that is Harder Now That It's Over.
Oh yes.
You remember he did this at the Electric Factory, and oh my gosh! And I thought, I don't care if I've heard it, I want to hear it again. So I'm going to put that back on the list. So that's what I went with on that one.
That's a great pick. I went with The Rescue Blues.
Oh, that was on. I thought about that one too.
Yeah, because and again, I wasn't really fully decided in my mind if this was going to be a solo show or a band or a mixture.
Yep.
But the way he sings that song, whether it would be full band or just him in an acoustic, I freaking love that melody and just the way his voice soars. So yeah, I went with the Rescue Blues, and I feel good about that.
Yeah. I mean, it was off of Songs in Low Places.
Oh, Music in High Places.
Music in High Places. There it is. In Low Places.
I think you're thinking of Garth Brooks. Yeah.
Sounds that way. Holy shit.
That was back when he was in Jamaica.
Demolition. Demolition. Now that I know what you're kind of thinking with the acoustic, we're probably far apart on this because I'm going with Nuclear.
Oh, good. I thought about that actually.
Yep.
I another thing too about this, I wanted to make sure everything wasn't slow. But there are certain songs that are just among my absolute favorite. That if I had the chance to make the list, you know what I'm gonna say.
You'll always be the same.
Yeah, I had to go. Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
I know it is, yeah.
So I had to. It's kind of an obvious pick for me, knowing what I love, but the chance to hear it live, again, probably I'm sure I have. So I went with You Will Always Be the Same. Yep.
No, that's a good pick. All right, so we're on to rock and roll at this point.
Yes, with the alternate cover, by the way.
Oh, very nice. Kind of like that piece.
Yeah.
So with that one, I went with Note to Self, Don't Die. I just always like that jam. It's just...
That's a good jam.
That's a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I threw a little bit of a curveball in on this one, maybe.
Okay.
I pictured in my concert, he's going to go to the piano a bit more than he has in the past.
Oh, I like it.
So you know where I'm going. Rock and roll, the song Rock and Roll. So I picture him, just hopping over to the piano and people not expecting it, and him just starting, everybody's cool playing rock and roll. And I think that would be a cool little moment in the set.
It actually would be a really cool moment, yeah, because it's unexpected completely, yeah.
Yeah. So I went with the self-titled on that one.
All right, so now we're up to Cold Roses. We're a quarter of the way now at this point. It's 6 out of 24. And I went to Dance All Night.
Okay.
Oh, wait, now, Love Is Hell.
Okay, I was going to say, are we doing Love Is Hell later, or are we doing it now? Yeah.
No, Love Is Hell is actually 5. I skipped Love Is Hell. Oh, my God. Now you know what our sickness is.
You caught yourself, so that's all right.
Well, Love Is Hell is going to be Avalanche.
Well, there's the first one. There's the first one we have in common.
We got a match. Okay.
Out of all those great songs on this double album, we both chose Avalanche. How about that?
Because it's a beautiful song. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She crawls back into bed when it's over.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we got to keep track of that. That's one we have in common.
That is one. So now we are on the Cold Roses. And did you hear what my answer was?
Dance All Night.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we don't have another one in common.
Okay.
This one might be a little obvious. One of the more well-known, popular guest songs you'd say on this album. But I never get tired of hearing it, so I went with Let It Ride.
Oh, that's a great song, yeah.
So, yeah. Yep, there's the double album.
Yep.
All right, what we got next, buddy?
We got Jacksonville City Nights now.
Your favorite.
And I went with Hard Way to Fall.
I knew you would.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, sometimes it does end up being your favorite song on the album, right?
Yeah, exactly. It does.
Yeah. So I went with, and primarily for the unique vocal performance of this song on the album, and to see what he would do live, which I've seen. I think I've seen him do it. Maybe it was even on a video. Maybe I wasn't necessarily in the audience that time, but although maybe I was in Maryland. But I've seen him do this with the band, and he could do it solo or band. It would be great. So I went with Peaceful Valley.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, there's different ways he could do that.
He could.
I've seen versions where he's like, it really rocks, and he like does a quick stop and then sings a little while, and then the band comes back in. So however he would want to approach it, but I think that's a good one for my list. Yep. No,
that's a good choice. All right, so now we're on to 29.
Yes, sir.
Damn. And I went with Carolina Rain, one of my favorite storytelling songs by Ryan. Broke out some of his murder ballads going on here, but to me, I just think that'd be very good to hear live.
Great choice, man. Great choice. I decided on this album to send Mr. David Ryan Adams back to the keys for me.
You like the keys?
Yeah, I do want to hear some piano off this album. Put him to work. So I went with the beautiful song Nightbirds.
Yep.
Yeah, a favorite of our friend Chad.
Great choice. Yep.
So that's my choice for 29, sir.
All right. So now we're up to Easy Tiger,
Yep.
number 9 here. And this one could go into the keys, and that is The Sun Also Sets.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't pick it, I'm guessing.
I did not. We still only have one in common so
So
far.
far.
For whatever reason, they're all great songs, we know.
Yeah.
But the one that was speaking to me when I looked at this album and made my list was Everybody Knows.
Oh, yeah, it's a great song. Great track.
Yep. So that's on my list for Easy
All
Tiger.
right. Perfect. Number 10. Here we go. Cardnology.
Cardnology.
Now with crossed out name.
There's our second one in common.
All right. There we go. We got 2.
Crossed out name.
Perfect.
See that
Yeah,
alternate cover,
track.
by the way?
I have to love that. That's a great vinyl.
Yeah.
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 Nice one. Is that the red vinyl too, Red? Red, like red.
I think so. Now you got me curious.
Pretty sure it's red.
Oh, mine's blue.
You got
Maybe they were different versions.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mine's red.
Oh, okay, cool. I wonder which is more rare or if they're both the same.
Probably press the same amount. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I
right.
forgot. I have so many of his albums. I forgot what color it was or if it was even just black vinyl.
So number 11 is 3-4. This is an interesting album, a little bit trickier one.
Yeah.
But I thought, I'm gonna pick the, I didn't tell him what order to play these in, but I think this would be a great closer, and that is Kill the Lights.
Yeah.
Just a hard rocky finish to the show with somebody kill the lights. I think it would just be a great ending.
Good call. You have always been more of a fan of this album than me. I have grown to appreciate it over the years more. And at the risk of embarrassing myself, I will mention to the folks at home a story you already know.
Oh, I do.
You see here, I'm holding all these records up, and I'm holding this one up on CD. I had a copy of 3-4 in the shrink wrap vinyl for $25 years ago. And at that time, I was like, that's more of like an odds and sods collection. I don't really see it as a real, I don't say a real album, you know what I mean? So I just didn't buy it. And now, what is it worth? Like $200 or something? I don't even know. But so foolish me. But at least I have something to show here. And my pick for 3-4 out of all these songs for my set list is the song called Typecast.
It's a great song. Yep.
I always like that typecast. I just like that chorus. Yep. It's cool. So that's my pick and my sad story.
So we're here at the halfway point now. This is crazy. We're at a halfway point.
Yeah.
How many albums does this guy freaking release?
I know.
Ashes and Fire. I'm going with the song Do I Wait?
I thought you would. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of meaning on that one for you.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah. So again, this one, there's so many great songs on this one. This one came down to me for just hearing the way he destroys this vocal in a good way. I mean, in a live setting. So I went with the opening track, Dirty Rain.
Oh God, yeah. That would be my number 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I had to have that on my list. So Dirty Rain it is, off of Ashes and Fire, the album that grew on you after a while.
It did. It grew a lot on me. Yeah. So now we're up to self-titled.
Oh, you mean this one?
There we go. Yeah, that's him. And I'm going to go with the track Kim.
Okay. Very good.
That's my favorite track on that album. So this was a favorite track pick.
Gotcha. Which, we have to do sometimes.
Yep.
I considered Kim, but maybe a little obvious, but I actually went with Give Me Something Good on this one.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. I just, that's such a great song.
Yeah, it is.
So I had to go with that one.
Great video, too. Remember that with Elvira or whatever it is? And
yeah.
Strange-ass video, man.
Yeah.
So now we're up to Prisoner.
Yes, sir, we are.
I'm rolling with Outbound Train.
Okay, good choice. Yep. There's the beautiful Prisoner artwork. There's our guy on the back.
Can I just say that's one of my least favorite covers, though?
Oh, yeah?
It took me so long to actually figure out what I was looking at on that cover.
Maybe I don't know what I'm looking at. I just see a face. And
there's a face.
Yeah.
But then there's hair, and I couldn't tell if they're hugging or if this is like, or if he was just really cold. Like, I couldn't tell what was going on.
Yeah, I still don't know. Oh, now I see how the arms are. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a conceptual thing. He's kind of hugging himself. I don't know. Whatever works. Well, what did you pick again?
Outbound Train.
Okay. Well, we did not pick the same song, but in the running order, I picked the song right before that, which is
Okay.
Breakdown.
Yep.
I think that would be a cool one to hear live. Feel
That
like I'm
would
headed
be.
for a breakdown. So
Yep.
I went with that one, buddy. Oh, here comes the big one.
This is the tough one, right? Like, not sure where either one of us are going to go on this one. But
Oof.
this is a song that just really stands out to me every time I hear it. I don't know why. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why, but it's so anyways.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that line just where you lay your head. Like I'm just like
Oh,
it just yeah, it's just I don't know.
God, dude, this album is so great.
That album is ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go. I mean, any song you pick on this, you can't go wrong.
No, that's the problem. I mean,
Um, and again, for me, and I'm thinking maybe I was thinking more it would be a part of the night there where it was more kind of just him. Um, dude, I went with Mama.
oh wow, yeah, that's a fantastic track too.
It's just God, that song kills me in a good way.
I mean, not to go into too much depth because we're going to end up ranking all these albums in real time at some point.
Yes, when we get our vinyl.
Does this have a top 5 chance?
Absolutely.
I think it does. Yeah,
Absolutely does.
I think so too. Yep.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Now, this is crazy. Crazy quick side note. Could you imagine if no one knew who he was? He had never done anything before in his life. There was no
Yep.
cancellation or whatever. And he was just considered like a guy that wrote songs no one ever heard about. And something just caught on with this. And this was like his first album that people knew about in whenever it came out, like 2020, 2021 or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, wouldn't this have just been like people have been like, oh my God,
You would think so.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, people that follow real music,
Yeah, exactly.
so not the masses.
Oh,
But yeah, I digress. But I went with Mama.
no, that's a great pick. Like
I
you said,
like
I
the
don't.
choice.
There's not a chance you could have picked anything on it. And I was going like, oh, really? Like,
Right. Oh my God. So every time we talk, and I'm not even over speaking. Every time we do anything with a video or a text about something and we talk, this album comes up in conversation. Every time I look at the
we
songs and I'm like, I need to go run and listen to this album right now.
and we reprise it every single time. We talk about how
Yeah,
great
yeah.
it is every time. It's
Yeah.
great.
So good. All right,
All
well, let's
right.
move on.
Big Colors. For Big Colors, went with In It for the Pleasure.
And that's our third one in common.
Oh, there we go. All right. So we are 3.
So you might win the contest.
Well, we'll see. We got like 7 more to go. So you might get one out of this.
I still have a chance.
Yep.
So why did you go with In It for the Pleasure, sir?
It's just my favorite. Again, this is a favorite on the album for me. I think it's one of his highlights. So big fan of that
Yeah. Song. It might be my favorite on the album. I really like the first few songs on this album.
Yeah.
But yeah, And For the Pleasure, it might be my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of that.
So here's where we start to get to the point where I'm not going to be able to hold things up.
Yep. All right. So we're down to Chris.
Yeah.
And I went with the song that I'm a big fan of, Crooked Shake.
Yes.
Love it.
That was my number 2.
Okay.
So you're still in the lead with our little side bet here. I decided to go with a song that really gets stuck in my head off that album that I really enjoy a lot. And that is Flicker in the Fade.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
That's a great hook.
This is an underrated album. Even the title track, Chris. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That song is just like shit, man. One of his best.
I know.
So
yeah.
Chris has some great stuff on it.
Yeah.
So here we go to Romeo and Juliet. Now I know this one you probably had like 7 off there. You were fighting over.
Yeah, I think you don't know where I went, but let's hear yours first.
Yeah, we definitely didn't match on this one because I went with one of my favorite songs on this album, but I don't hear much praise on this. That's Earthquake.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good choice.
Love that track. Love that track.
Yeah. Well, do you know what I went with?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Track number. What number is that one? Man, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it is 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rain in LA.
Yep.
And again, this is the one I'm sending him to the piano for.
Yep. Makes
Dude,
sense.
just him and the piano singing that chorus. When I look back on my life. I mean,
Yep.
I would just, my head would explode. So,
all right. But before it
yeah.
does, let's move to Devolver.
Okay, Devolver.
And I just went with Stare at the TV. That one always sticks in my head every time it comes on.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think mainly for this, just the drive of it, and I really love the way the chorus is done instrumentally and vocally. So I decided to actually go with Marquee.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a standout. A lot of people really like that when it came out.
Yeah, that's my jam off Devolver. I mean, I love the and again, I was thinking a little more of this being more of an acoustic show generally. But if not, I may have picked the opening track, Don't Give It Away.
Oh, that's a great one too. Yeah.
I love that guitar. I love that guitar riff, but nevertheless.
All right, so we're on to number 20, FM. And I'm going with Hall of Shame. That's a big, I love that song when it was on there.
I knew you would. Oh, I do have this one.
Yeah, you do.
I got this at the Reading show. I decided to go with the opening track, I Want You.
Yep.
Has a very big star sound, which I love.
Yeah, that's your Christian. Yeah, I know you love that right from the get-go too.
Yep, so that's my choice on that one. No, I won't be showing anything for the rest of this video because I'm waiting for my vinyl. I'm patiently waiting for my vinyl.
So we got 4 chances left to match. Number 1 of these 4 is Star Sign. And of course I would be wrong because I want to hear that song. And you know that I love that track.
I know. And I knew you would, which was part of the reason I did not. Again, that was probably number 2 for me. But my gosh, I absolutely love Tomorrow Never Comes.
Oh, it's great. Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
So
great one.
3 more chances.
3 chances. So Heat Wave. I went with Too Late.
Okay. That
wasn't a match. Okay.
No, but you resisted what I guess I picked was the obvious one. If you want to say it that way, in quotes, I guess. Confetti. But I went with thumbs up. Mercy.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. 2 chances left. 1985. Waste of Time.
Punch him in the nuts.
Did you really? That would be so good to hear live. Why didn't I think of that?
Dude, I don't know why. It's so fun. It's so fun.
That would be fun to hear live. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
so now we're down to the last chance.
Last chance.
I don't think it's going to be a match. Sword and Stone. I do not think it's going to be a match. That's my guess. But go ahead.
Nuclear War.
Blizzard in the Room.
Oh, all right. Dude, yes,
so
you did not.
You won the side bet. Yeah.
Yep, I won the side bet. But there it is. That's the 24 that we each want to hear. But who knows? This is going to be an interesting tour because it's going to be Love Is Hell and Kim. And the rest of the self-titled. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So it's going to be fascinating to see how that plays out. But hopefully we can at least get Avalanche. That was one of our matches.
Yeah.
Well, hey, so do you have anything else to add on this one? Or
no, I think it was a great idea for this video. It was a lot of fun. Again, I tried to approach it not necessarily my absolute favorite song, but what would fit in with the set, Yep. Tried to pick some things that were maybe not as, obvious or whatever. But the fun of this for us, we've got a lot of DRA fans as subscribers, and a lot of these people, guys and gals, like to comment regularly, which we're so appreciative of.
What they put in there for
I want to see.
Yeah.
And I know that some of these guys I see commenting all the time. You know who you are. I want to see your list because it'll be very interesting.
It would be interesting. Yeah.
So, and then we'll see if we have any that are in common, you or me in common with them, or all 3 of us in common. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
So that'd be so much fun, guys. If you have time, I know it takes a little bit of time, but that would be so much fun for us to see your lists in the comments.
Oh, we love, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Ryan Adams fantasy set list. 1 song per album is the only rule. So Brad, thanks again for the great idea, and this was fun. We will look forward to seeing everybody's choices in the comments. So, as always, for Brad, I am your friend Keith, and this is the KMB Music Den. Please like this video, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications. You'll be notified every time we drop new content here at the KMB Music Den. We'll see you real soon. More album reviews, more Goldilocks, more, what else we got going on? Ranking in real time is coming back eventually.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, and a lot more stuff. We're really having fun with the Goldilocks series. So catch, grab onto that if you haven't seen them yet. Just check the channel list of the videos. So, all right, Brad, we'll see you soon, and thanks for watching, folks. And let us know your fantasy list. Yeah.
See ya.